because of weather or whatever the case may be, but it is somewhat of a thin crowd at the Kessler Athletic Center, but I hopefully will be bringing you a terrific game. I got a good feeling between these two teams. Look for St. Francis to try to walk it up. The Griffs will try to get out in transition, as we mentioned in our keys to the game. Matt Milk will jump for St. Francis against Tomas Vasquez-Simmons, and the Griffs control, and they'll go on offense, going from our left to our right. Julius Coles backs into front court against Drake Calloway. Coles over to the far side, gives it up to Goldsberry. Goldsberry wants to get it inside, works to the corner to Frazier, and Frazier's pass is over the top of Greg Logan's, and the Griffs turn it over. Turnover is a problem for the Griffs. Recently, they turned it over 23 times at South Dakota on Tuesday night, but did come away with a 4-point victory. Canisius in a man-for-man. Calloway out at the top. Bennett going against Frazier on the near wing. Back to the top of the key. Calloway left alone from three. He takes it, misses badly. Easy rebound for Elton Frazier. Goldsberry dribbles into the front court. Bounce pass inside to Logans. Logans goes up with the left hand and can't put it home, but there on the follow, Elton Frazier. Elton Frazier averaging 12 points per game for Canisius. Calloway back up to the top of the key to Cadell. Cadell, second leading scorer on St. Francis. To Calloway. Bennett on the near wing. Goldsberry has that. That's going to be a tough assignment for Robert. Top of the key, Milk. Far side to Calloway. Back to the top to Bennett. Bennett wants to get it inside, cannot do so. 10 on the shot clock. 2-0 early action, Canisius leading. Bennett looking to clear out. Fires him a three. Back rim, no good. Rebound is run down by St. Francis, but then pulled away by Julius Coles. Nifty move by Julius to get away from pressure in the backcourt. He pushes ahead to Frazier in the corner, near side. Back out to Coles on the near wing. Julius shot just 8 times against South Dakota, but came away with a double-figure scoring effort. Frazier looks to go baseline, pulls up, little floater, back rim no good, rebound, knocked out of play, and it will be St. Francis basketball. Terriers will go to the bench early on here. Justin Newton, a junior point guard from Queens, comes in, and it looks like Drake Calloway will take a seat. Newton was the starter at the point last year for St. Francis, did a nice job, but they like what Calloway's been bringing to the team so far this season, but early on, Glenn Breika elects to go to the more experienced Newton. On the near wing, Akeem Bennett into the corner. Perunovic fires him a three, misses badly, easy rebound, Julius Coles for Canisius. Outlet to Goldsberry. Top of the key, Vasquez-Simmons. Tomas back over to the far side to Goldsberry. 2-0, early action, Canisius leads. Goldsberry gets into the paint, his floater, no good, rebound, tap three. They'll say when Greg Logan's got his hand on the basketball, he was standing on the end line, so that ball will go over to St. Francis. Still remains 2-0, sloppy go early on between these two teams. Perunovic, the near wing to Bennett. Bennett to Cadell over on the far wing, and he loses it out of bounds. Turnover, St. Francis. More turnovers than points so far in this game. 2-0. Canisius with the lead. Julius Coles will inbound. This is the all-senior lineup for Canisius. Griffs went to this lineup at South Dakota and like the results, breaking that 2-game losing streak. Goldsberry. A little ticky-tack foul against Cadell. Just basically reaching in with a soft hand check, but the Griffs will take it. First foul of the game, and the first one obviously on Cadell. Cadell, the second leading scorer, averaging 17 points for St. Francis. Frazier gives it up now to Julius Coles. Coles heated up by Justin Newton. To Vasquez-Simmons on the near wing right side. Tomas bounces once, far side. Coles takes the three. Nothing but net. Julius Coles for three. 5-0 Canisius. Newton, dribble handoff to Cadell. Cadell with the left hand. Gives it up to Perunovic. Into the corner to Newton. Cadell, 25-footer, top of the key. Rattles it home. 5-3 Canisius. Ricky Cadell scores first for St. Francis. Julius Coles quickly back in the front court, looks to drive, contact, no call, but Julius banks it nonetheless. 7-3 Canisius, 5 points for Julius Coles. Cadell thought about the three, thinks better of it. Akeem Bennett back over to Cadell near wing. Cadell with a mismatch against Logan's on the wing. Inside it goes to Milk. Double team comes down on the freshman. He kicks it out to Newton. Top of the key, Cadell. He'll take that three. Front rim, no good. Rebound tapped around and run down by Akeem Bennett, but he gives it right back to Greg Logan's, and the Griffs look to run. They have numbers. Goldsberry in the front court. The Coles on the trail. His three. Oh, rattles in and out. Vasquez Simmons on the offensive glass. No good. Rebound. Logan's. Count it. Greg Logan's will go to the line. A chance to finish a three-point play. 9-3 Canisius. So the Griffs getting on the offensive glass early and making it count, an early 6-point lead. And there you see it. Vasquez Simmons keeping it alive for Greg Logan's. And Greg has been a beast on the boards the last two games, grabbing 16 in those two contests. And he slivers this foul shot home. 10-3 Canisius. 3 points for Greg Logan's. In the front court, it's Newton. Gabby Bernardo into the game for the Griffs, as is Chris Manhurst. Cadell off the screen, wide open screen. Easy rebound. Julius Coles dribbles in the front court. Coles on the trail, Logan's, and Greg will get called for the walk. He jams it home, but that's after the whistle and the turnover. And we'll take our first break of the game. 15:53 remaining. Canisius jumps out to an early 10-3 lead over St. Francis. St. Francis with the basketball coming out of the timeout. The Griffs shooting 4 of 9 from the field. St. Francis just 1 of 6 in early action. Akeem Bennett scoreless so far for St. Francis. Feeds it inside to Akeem Johnson. He goes up strong, and he draws the foul from the freshman Chris Manhurst. Akeem Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2. Akeem Johnson, probably the best big man for St. Francis at 6'6". Out of Brooklyn, averaging 8 points per contest, just a 58% foul shooter. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Johnson, his first, misses badly. Tomas Vasquez Simmons into the game for Canisius. Have yet to see Alshwan Himes, one of our players to watch, coming off his career high. 18 points against South Dakota. Johnson's second, that one misses badly as well. Manhurst clears for Canisius. Chris Manhurst, 6 rebounds in 4 minutes at South Dakota. Top of the key, Frazier has it. Frazier looks to drive, cut off, backs off on the dribble. Cross court to Coles, Griffs lead 10-3. Coles dribbles down to the baseline, back out to the far wing to Vasquez Simmons, gives it right back to Julius Coles, 15 on the shot clock. Gabby Bellardo collects the basketball. Gabby tied his career high with 6 assists at South Dakota. He fires up a 3. Back rim misses badly. Long rebound. Cadell has it for St. Francis, and he looks to push ahead to Bennett. Bennett attacks the rack, lays it up and in. 10-5 Canisius. Akeem Bennett, his first bucket of the game. And boy, did he attack the rack. Bellardo in the front court. Dribbles over the far wing with left hand. Gabby over to the near wing right side. Frazier has it. He bounces, goes to the baseline, pulls up from 10. Short. Bennett, easy rebound for St. Francis. Ahead it goes to Cadell. Cadell into the corner. Back to Bennett on the trail. Top of the key, Newton. Newton gets into the paint. Finds Akeem Johnson, who is hammered. And Akeem Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2. Of course, out of the timeout, Johnson went to the line to shoot 2 and missed both badly. So not necessarily a bad foul by Canisius. And that foul will go against Elton Frazier, his first, team second. See a nice feed there. Newton to Johnson, and the Griffs very aggressive inside. Manhurst and Frazier. Either could have been called for the foul. Instead it goes to Frazier, and it puts Akeem Johnson at the line. Johnson makes that one. His first point of the game. Alshwan Himes into the game, averaging 9.8 points per game off the bench for Canisius. Akeem Johnson has been a beast on the boards for St. Francis the last 2 games, grabbing 14 rebounds. He misses this one, and speaking of beasts on the boards, that's Chris Manhurst pulling it away. 10-6 Canisius. Goldsberry, though, in transition, nails a tray. 13-6 Canisius, and St. Francis wants a timeout. We'll keep it right here. His first shot of this game is nothing but net, and the Griffs lead 13-6. Tom Parada, like to say he's relaxed, but I don't think head coaches ever relax in Division I basketball. Justin Newton in the front court for St. Francis. Out of the top of the key, gives up his dribble. Needs to find a handoff. Perunicic walks. Stefan Perunicic turns it over for St. Francis. That's their second turnover of the game. Let's see who's checking in now. Drake Calloway back. And it looks like Perunicic will sit down. Perunicic really struggled early on. From three-point range, he is just miserable. 6 of 37 so far this season for St. Francis. That is not a misprint. 6 of 37. Griffs leading 13-6, under 14 to play first half. Goldsberry gets trapped in the corner. Finds Vasquez Simmons. 20 on the shot clock. Back to Goldsberry. His three. Nothing but net. Rob Goldsberry makes it 16-6. Left alone, he is deadly. Rob came in shooting 42% from three-point range. Newton for St. Francis, near wing Calloway. Back to the top of the key, Bennett has it. Bennett crosses over, gets it in the paint, finds Cadell. Cadell steps back, his three. Nothing but net. Ricky Cadell, he has 6. 16-9, Canisius. Once again, pressure on in the backcourt. Bellardo picked up by Calloway. Gabby backs off on the dribble, gets it over the timeline with time to spare. Bellardo holds up the fish, dribbles over to the near wing, hands off to Goldsberry. Goldsberry, 20 to shoot. Into the corner, Bellardo. Gabby bounces out with the left hand. 13 on the shot clock. Bellardo stops, kicks to Himes. Himes with 10 on the clock. To Bellardo, near wing with 7 to go. Bellardo pulls up at the line. Fall away jumper, nothing! No shot. Gabby Bellardo, 18-9, Canisius. Gabby averaging 9.6 per game, his first bucket of the contest. Griffs are red hot shooting in an early contest. That's Cadell. Top of the key. He has it. Tries to penetrate. To Newton on the far side. Newton. Dribble handoff. Cadell takes a three. Front rim, no good. Rebound pulled away by Canisius. Bellardo in the front court. Crosses over. Looks to attack. He is fouled. Well done, Gabby Bellardo. He picks up the foul on Akeem Bennett. That might be his second.
Foul 24, Akeem Bennett.
Yep, that's his second. That's a big foul. One of our players to watch, Akeem Bennett, just put the hand out. He got that left hand out on the back of Bellardo. That's a easy call for Rusty Cooper. You see him right there on the baseline, the official making the call. Third team foul, but the second on the star player for St. Francis. And on the inbound, the Griffs will get called for a foul. That'll be Greg Logan's. Greg picking up his first foul. 3 points on the game for Greg Logan's. Greg now just 6 shy of the 1,000 point mark. 3 team fouls on both squads. 18-9, Canisius. Newton in the front court. And what do we have, a moving screen? Yep. And a moving screen will go against Alexander Harrington, who just checked into the game. Harrington, the senior from Maryland at 6'9", the tallest player for St. Francis, but doesn't see a lot of playing time, and you can see why. It's an undisciplined play by a senior. 4th team foul and a turnover for St. Francis. 12 to play first half, 18-9 Canisius. Bellardo finds Logan's far wing left side. St. Francis in a tight man for man. Bellardo out near center court, holds up the thumb. Crosses over, gets into the paint, dishes, and there slam is Elton Frazier. Biggest lead of the contest for Canisius at 20-9. Well done, Gabby Bellardo. With the drive and the dish. Now Calloway looks to do the same. This time he takes it to the rack. He misses, but Harrington with the follow puts it home, cuts the lead to 20-11. 11:24 remaining. Canisius 20, St. Francis 11. Bellardo to Logan, top of the key. Back over to Bellardo. Griffs being very patient. Himes has it far wing, uses a ball screen, dribbles down to the baseline. Back out to the wing to Frazier. That's Goldsberry out at the top. Rob with 6 points in early action. Looks to spin away. Gets it in the paint. Stops. Leans inside. Draws contact. Well done, Rob Goldsberry. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 when we come back. Media timeout here. The Griffs have already given us some thrills. Gabby Bellardo getting inside and finding the finisher, and nobody better at it than Elton Frazier. Griffs lead as we go to the break. You see Clive Bentic there for St. Francis, assistant coach for St. Francis, a Griff great. Graduated in 2001, that last Grip team with a winning record. You have to go all back to the 2001 Grip Clive's senior season. Of course, he gave Grip fans a thrill, winning the quarterfinal against Niagara that year in the MAC tournaments on a buzzer beater. Early action here, the Grips with a 10-point lead, courtesy of Rob Goldsberry, making the first of two, make it both foul shots for Rob Goldsberry. And lead back up to 22-11. Rob Goldsberry with a team-high 8. Canisius shooting 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range. Grip showing a 1-2-2 zone look right now. Cadell has it for St. Francis, top of the key. Newton, far wing. That's Adam Shafleski. Now it's Cadell, top of the key. Newton, he penetrates, kicks, and turns it over. Coles has it. Bounce ahead to Bellardo. Bellardo slows it up. Cross court to Himes. Open for three, but Himes elects to pull up from the elbow. His shot short. Rebound. Zalewski. Zalewski back in the front court. Bounce inside to Johnson. Johnson, jumper good. Hakeem Johnson with three. Lead cut to 22-13. Bellardo in the front court. Zalewski with that check for St. Francis. Coles inside to Logans. Logans goes up and can't put it home. Thought there was contact there, no call. Rebound St. Francis. Cadell pushes in the front court. He has 6, looking for 9. Got it. Ricky Cadell with 3 trays, cuts the lead to 22-16. Julius Coles back in the front court, 9:40 remaining. First half, Canisius has led the whole way. They're up by 6, 22-16. Gabby Bellardo, far wing left side. Top of the key, Frazier. Elton finds Coles over on the near wing right side. Julius waves everybody off, calling for a ball screen out at the top. Coles tries to get into the paint, stops, fall away jumper from 10. Rolls out, no good. Griff's had a hand on the rebound. Frazier had it, but then had it pulled away by Cadell. Cadell pushes into front court for St. Francis. Cadell to the top, to Newton. Newton gets into the paint, bounces down to the baseline to Johnson. Johnson looks to attack, can't put it home. Rebound punched out and picked up by Newton for St. Francis. Fresh 35 on the shot clock for St. Francis. 22-16, Canisius. Zalewski. Cadell to Harrington. He'll take a 17-footer. Nails it! Alexander Harrington with 4 points coming off the bench. Cutting the Canisius lead now to 22-18. That's 7 straight St. Francis points. Coles crosses over. Back out to Frazier on the near wing. Julius, cross court far wing to Himes. Elsewhere wants to feed the post, now calls for the ball screen. He pulls up from 3. Misses badly. Rebound, Frazier has it. Elton, put back. No good. Rolls out. Rebound, pulled away by Zalewski. Zalewski in the front court for St. Francis. Bounces it down to Hakeem Johnson. Johnson, nice move inside, up and under, and puts it home. Timeout, Canisius. As Hakeem Johnson with 5 last year. But a new coach in Glenn Breika. Brian Nash, longtime head coach at St. Francis, spent a lot of time down at St. Bonaventure. His father-in-law, the legendary coach Larry Weesey at St. Bonaventure. Brian resigned in the offseason. Glenn Breika took it over, and so far, so good. The Terriers 2-0 in Northeast Conference play. Picked to finish at the bottom of the conference, as a matter of fact. Griffs come back, still nursing a 2-point lead. Coles. Cross court to Goldsberry near wing, 15 to shoot. Goldsberry gets in the paint, kicks to the wing to Coles. Julius dribbles on the baseline, pulls up from 15, short. Rebound, pulled away by Zalewski. Zalewski back in the front court. Zalewski to Newton, left alone from 3. Misses that one badly. Strong rebound, Chris Manhertz. Long pass ahead to Coles. Julius attacks the rack and gets tied up, and when he does, he is fouled. Non-shooting foul as we go to break. 7:23 remaining in this first half. Canisius leading by 2, 22-20. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network. A Wendy's Out of Town scoreboard brought to you by Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers, Wendy's, you know when it's real. Not much happening right now in the MAC. Siena leading Fairfield 14-6. That's a rematch of last year's MAC championship. Siena, of course, winning that in overtime against Fairfield. And Lehigh Marist, that game coming up at 8 o'clock. Marist, though, riding a nice little 2-game winning streak and sitting at 2-0 on top of the MAC after starting off the season at 0-5. Back here at the Kessler Center, it's Canisius 22, St. Francis 20. Griffs basketball coming out of a timeout. Goldsberry on the baseline to Vasquez-Simmons, top of the key, Bellardo. 9-0 St. Francis run. Bellardo dribbles to the far wing, dribble handoff to Coles. Cross court to Goldsberry, feeds it inside to Vasquez-Simmons. Double team comes down. Tomas forces it up and has a block from behind. Milk with the block. Zalewski back in the front court. And away from the basketball, a foul called, and I think it goes against Canisius. Manhertz will get that foul. That'll be team foul number 4 on Canisius, second on the freshman Chris Manhertz. St. Francis clawing their way back into this game with their best player, Akeem Bennett, on the bench with 2 fouls. What do we have? 5-second violation? Yep, 5-second violation. So good defense by Canisius, forcing a turnover by the Terriers. 22-20. Canisius with the lead for the Terriers. That's turnover number 5. Coles in the front court, slows it up. Senior Julius Coles also closing in on a 1,000-point mark. Bellardo, top of the key, 18 to shoot. Goldsberry has it now. Newton all over him. Goldsberry, though, carries on. Scoop shot, no good. Shot blocked on the play by Milk. Ball knocked free, out of bounds, and it'll go to St. Francis. Some of the fans here wanted goaltending, and I don't think that's a goaltending. Even though the ball was pinned up on the glass, that ball is not going down on the play. You'll see it right here. Rob Goldsberry, this ball is not going down. It's actually coming back up on the play. So, although it was pinned up against the glass, I don't believe that's goaltending. For once, I agree with the officials. Mark that one down. 1 of 4 or 5 times that'll happen this year. Chemblevski looks to drive, throws up a wild shot, no good. Easy rebound for Manhertz. Kick it out to Goldsberry. Griffs nursing a 2-point lead. Canisius hasn't scored since the 11:48 mark. Bellardo has it. They haven't scored a field goal, I should say, in that amount of time. Coles on the baseline, goes up, has it blocked. Forces it up, and Milk blocks the shot. Newton in the front court. Chemblevski fires up a 3. Nothing but net. Nobody picked up Chemblevski in transition, and for the first time tonight, St. Francis leads 23-22. For Chemblevski, that's just his 4th attempted tray of the season. He's made 2. Coles to Goldsberry, 20 to shoot. Goldsberry, contact, counted if it goes, and it does! Robert Goldsberry. What a heads-up play by Rob. Driving down toward the baseline, sensed the contact coming, and just fired a little bit of a prayer. It goes in, and he'll go to the line for the and 1. That also ends a 12-0 St. Francis run. Goes back in the lead, 24-23, make it 25-23. Rob Goldsberry with 11 points. First field goal for the Griffs in nearly 6 minutes. Trivich to Perunisic to the top to Chemblevski. Chemblevski backs off on the dribble. Chemblevski crosses over, gets in the paint, finds Milk. Milk backs in, back to the top. That's Callaway, 12 to shoot. 25-23 Canisius. Callaway gets inside, forces up a shot, no good. Rebound, run down by Callaway. 3 to shoot. Perunisic tries to run it down, and that'll be a 35-second violation. That drive by Callaway did not hit the rim, so they did not reset the shot clock. So a turnover for the Terriers, their 6th. Canisius has turned it over 4 times. Frazier looking to inbound. Pressure in the backcourt. To Coles, ball not free. It'll be Canisius basketball. 25-23. Canisius with the lead. Griffs at 4-4. Terriers at 4-3. Goldsberry finds Vasquez Simmons, gives it back to Rob. And Rob will bring it up in the front court. Perunicic with that mark. And then Goldsberry will get called for the push-off. So Rob gets a little bit of a one-upsmanship there. That's usually the play that Rob is defending and goes to the floor. That time, not much of a push-up, but Perunicic sold it, and he gets the call. Charge to Robert Goldsberry, his first foul, 5th against Canisius. Perunicic fires up a 3. Nothing but net! Perunicic with a man in his face, came in shooting 6 of 37 from the three-point range, and he gives the Terriers the lead at 26-25. Bilardo, top of the key. Coles, far wing left side, back to Bilardo. 4:18, first half, 26-25, St. Francis. Bilardo drives, bounce pass to Coles, beautiful backdoor cut by Julius. 7 points for Coles, 27-26, Canisius. We don't see that very often out of the Griffs. Now, Chimlevsky looks to answer, has it blocked by Coles, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Canisius basketball. That was a beautiful pass and cut by Canisius. Julius caught his man napping and did what he's supposed to do. Go behind him on the back door, and he gets an easy layup. 7 points for Julius Coles, and the Griffs back in the lead at 27-26, and then he makes the big defensive play on the other side. Coles backs off on the dribble, cross court to Bilardo. Bilardo dribbles over to the near wing, 20 to shoot. Bilardo back to the top, stops. Tries to get it inside to Frazier and does. Looked like that one was going to be off the mark, but Elton can catch anything. And then flush it home, and he does. 6 for Elton Frazier, 29-26 Canisius. Callaway, front court. Dre Callaway tries to drive, stops. Leans inside, fires him a prayer, no good. Rebound, pulled away Elton Frazier. Long pass ahead to Reggie Groves. Cross court to Coles, he attacks, draws contact, and Julius will go to the line when we come back. 3:14 remaining in this first half, and an entertaining one at that. Canisius leading by 3, 29-26. This is the Golden Griffin. Broadcast 7 first half points. He'll get to go to the line here to shoot 2 for the Griffs. Canisius led by as many as 11, but St. Francis answered with a 12-0 run to claw back into the lead, and with 3:14 remaining in the first half, it's 29-26 Canisius. Julius Coles will be heading back to the line for the Griffs. Coming up at halftime in our Hamburg Overhead Door halftime report, we'll talk with Joe Connor from NBCSports.com. Also take a look at out-of-town scores. We'll have first half stats and highlights, all by the Hamburg Overhead Door halftime report. Julius Coles at the line. Struggling from the line is Julius at 55%. Last year over 70%. He misses the first. Julius Coles will get another opportunity here. Came into the game just 32 shy of the 1,000-point mark, so by my count, he is now 24 off that mark. He has 8 after the foul make. 30-26 Canisius. St. Francis with their best player, Akeem Bennett, on the bench with 2 fouls. The Terriers have been able to claw back into the game. Perunicic feeling it, takes the 3 and nails it. That is literally nothing but net. 6 for Stepan Perunicic, cutting the lead to 30-29. Bilardo for Canisius, looks to attack. His runner off glass and good. Double team. Gabby with 4, 32-29 Canisius. Chimlevsky running the point, dribbles out to the top with the left hand. Gives up to Callaway. Callaway near corner. Trivich, he'll take the 3. Front rim, no good. Rebound. Julius Coles goes up and grabs it away. Ahead to Bilardo. Bilardo looks to attack, lays it up and in. One of our keys to the game, move it up the floor quickly, and the Griffs have done that on a couple of occasions. Gabby catches him napping. He has 6. 5-point Canisius lead, 2:10 remaining first half. St. Francis comes back. Chimlevsky to Akeem Johnson on the baseline. Backs it against Groves. Back to Chimlevsky. Looks to attack. Runner well off the mark. Bilardo grabs the rebound and grabs a foul from Dre Callaway. And Gabby Bilardo will take the walk down for the 1 and bonus. That's the 9th team foul on St. Francis. Just 5 on Canisius. Griffs have been to the line 6 times already in this half. And Gabby Bellardo will look to make it 6 of 7 on this opportunity. Gabby from the line, 73% as a team. Canisius back up at 71%. 9 of 10 from the line at South Dakota on Tuesday night. First time the Griffs at that 90% mark in a game since that dramatic win down at Southern Mississippi last December. Bellardo good on the first. He has 7. 35-29 Canisius. Gabby misses the second one though. They scored the last 5 points for the Griffs. 1:50 remaining. 6-point Canisius lead here in the first half. Callaway at the top, dribbling with the left hand and away from the basketball, a foul. Reggie Groves gets this one. Reggie with a tough matchup. Reggie at 6'2", let's call him. That's what we list him at least. 188, trying to post up or play post defense against Akeem Johnson at 6'6". So Reggie gets the foul, his first team 6. First 35 on the shot clock for St. Francis. Perunicic on the inbound, step back 3. Nothing but net. Stefan Perunicic cuts the lead to 35-32. Perunicic with 17 last year in Brooklyn against Canisius. He has 9. Frazier looks to go baseline, leans inside with a floater, no good. Rebound pulled away by Trivich. And to Callaway, he looks to attack his runner, is blocked, rejected by Vasquez-Simmons. Tomas, the all-time leader in block shots in Canisius history. Slaps that one away. Tomas with 3 block shots at South Dakota on Tuesday. St. Francis to Perunicic. Pump fake. Perunicic looks to go baseline, kicks it out to Newton. Back to Perunicic. He'll take the three from the corner. Back rim, no good. Long rebound. Reggie Groves. He looks to push. Reggie in the front court. Stops on the dribble. Finds Bellardo. Bellardo near wing. Looks to go baseline, and Gabby will get called for the charge. Once again, Perunicic with a little bit of an acting job, but drawing his second charge of this first half. 17 foul on the Griffs. That'll be the first on Gabby Bellardo. Robert Goldsberry back in the game. You'll see it right here. You tell me if that's a charge. No way. Sorry. He's not squared up. Maybe the feet beat him to the spot, but he's not set. He's not squared up. I gotta take issue with that one. Callaway bounces inside to Akeem Johnson. He feels the mismatch. He goes up off glass. Good. 7 points for Akeem Johnson. Cuts the lead to 35-34. And then the Griffs force the action and turn it over. Long pass ahead. Produces a turnover for Canisius, and for the Griffs, turnover number 7. Turned over 23 times on Tuesday against the Coyotes at South Dakota. So 1 point, Canisius leads St. Francis with the basketball. 32 on the clock. Perunicic, nothing but net. Fadeaway jumper from well behind the arc. That's 12 for Stefan Perunicic. 37-35. St. Francis. Shot clock off. Griffs with the basketball. Bellardo running a little clock right now. 9 to shoot. 8 to shoot. Bellardo pulls up. That one well off the mark, but Elton Frazier keeps it alive. But they'll say Elton was on the end line. Oh, heads up play by Elton, reading where that shot was going. Would have been able to tie it up and said he's out of bounds. So the Terriers will inbound with 4 to play. Johnson, bounce pass to Callaway, to Newton, 3, counter, and it goes, it doesn't. Well done by the Terriers. Get a good shot off, and they'll go to the locker room.